Oh my God, they've canceled another fitness test. Oh gosh, the Navy's gonna be so fat. Let me share it and shame everyone into an oblivion. I'm going to talk more about that. What is up, guys? You're tuning into Nikki MGTV for another video. As always, you can hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, or down in the comments below if you have questions, like, notification bell, subscribe if you're new, or you just haven't subscribed because you're too lazy. And I know that you just got to click that little button, but that's it. And also, I do have a gaming channel, which I'm building up as well as a side project here, where I do stream almost on a nightly basis, and I will have gaming news over there as well. But anyway, jumping into this, I will tell you guys, yes, the new fitness test has been canceled for the next cycle, for the first cycle officially for the fiscal year happening from the July timeframe until December. There are 2 cycles. Now, there has been a lot of other news that was released with this. So, obviously, they did talk about planks as well. We were curious about that. I thought that was going to push this even further into where we were going to see this maybe still happen for the PRT because you don't have to hold anyone's ankles, that they would allow this to occur. Now, that looks like that's not the case because this isn't happening. But anyway, they have given 2 other pieces of information that are important for people. One of those was what is the range of what they're looking at for the max and the minimum. So far, they've said that the minimum is looking to be about a minute. Max is going to be about 3 minutes and 30 seconds. That gives you some good context right there. They did say that it will be implemented not until the next cycle, the following after this canceled one, okay? Now, that means that we have time to practice for this, obviously, and build up our core strength and work on that. While we do have that time, they are going to implement some changes where it's going to give you a buffer. So the buffer is that you would have a chance to fail once, which I think would be appropriate. I know a lot of people don't have a tolerance for failure, but I will say for a new test to be implemented to at least have people understand how the test works, expectations, etc. It makes sense. But I don't know if they're going to do any test runs with this because they haven't released the official numbers. Because they did, however, say that there could be mock fitness tests to allow this. Now, that is to ensure people are able to re-enlist to stay in the military or other things that might require them to have passed a most recent fitness test where they will allow people to do it for that purpose in order to be able to conduct a PRT, a physical readiness test. Now, looking at this, I know the question of everybody, probably even if you've gotten to this point, you're going to realize other people have not watched this part of the video because they saw the title and clicked and wrote a question. Yes, you're probably asking, Navy boot camp, because that's all you guys want to know about. No, there's no news on changes at Navy boot camp. When that happens, it will happen, and that will be it. I'm sure they will announce it, but this is for the fleet, the regular fleet. You know, we're all technically a fleet, you know, of sailors and all that. But anyway, yeah, there is no announcement on the changes. You guys have been blowing up every second because we're in this in-between stage where right now they are just testing it. They're testing to see what is the level of barely passing to the level of the highest max and creating a table based on what they want to put on there. So just putting it out there, you know, do not expect anything rapid, especially since I'm not sure if they've still started conducting these tests because I'm sure they're put to a halt because of COVID-19. So again, this is just some good information to put out there. Do not ask me about changes at boot camp because you guys always ask that. Now, a lot of people are frustrated about what does this mean for people in regards to Navy being the fattest branch again, you know, and I get it. I know like every year, last year was the Army, or technically this past year was the Navy, but the year before that was the Army. I forget what the year was before that. I get it. But the reality is I don't think one test twice a year is the determining factor if people are going to be fit and ready to do their jobs, ready to deploy. That is a culture of fitness. We know that there are people out there that don't want to work out, and that's how it is. And I mean, even for myself, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I normally, you know, have phases throughout the year where I end up, you know, working out more or less than other times. And that's partially because school, being busy, doing other stuff, you know, and it would be great to have fitness as a part of my entire livelihood in that. But as I'm trying to do school, I don't know if you guys can see that there, trying to do school, trying to do YouTube, trying to do a lot of things. Sometimes taking care of yourself can be to the side, and I don't think that that's right for me to do, but I also want to say that, like, there are people out there that are, on their own schedule and they pass it, and that's what matters. And it's a test. It's a human-made system, which means there are people that are going to run 3 miles a year, meaning 1.5 one time and 1.5 the next time, and they do their bare minimum and they pass. And I get it, but I get it and why people are frustrated. But my point being is that if somebody decides to come to work and do the bare minimum, that's on them. You know what I mean? That is the bare minimum. And a lot of you guys, I think, are frustrated that people aren't striving for more, that bar is not higher. But you guys forget that on the back end, these people that don't do well in fitness tests, don't do well on staying in shape, are the ones that are probably not going to promote. They're going to do lackluster in other areas like their job. They're probably going to do lackluster in performance. So just realize that will reflect and ripple every other place of their life if that's what they're expecting. So I know a lot of people are frustrated by this, but I don't think going out there and shaming people to run fitness tests are the main way to do it. And to be honest, I don't think the fitness test is the best indicator of fitness itself. I mean, I'm sure you guys have met people that have, definitely had different body shapes, different people that are power lifters, These people can lift massive weight, but they're not skilled to go run the Navy fitness test. You train for what you get, right? I'm just trying to give some examples here. But what I want to say to those people that are very frustrated by this, if you're that upset about it, take it on your own behalf to set up a fitness test. Set up people to do mock fitness tests. Create workouts. Get trained on doing workouts. Oh, man, go figure. Oh, go be trained to be a command fitness leader. Go do whatever it takes to actually incorporate that lifestyle of fitness. Because if not, guess what? You're still contributing to the problem. And so I'm just trying to say, find a solution. Don't just look at the problems. Look for ways that you can actually impact that. And I think you'll find more results, especially for some people that do have a harder time with working out, even like myself. Come with me. Ask me to work out. You know what it is? That's part of what it is. But don't guilt people. You're going to catch more bees with honey than you do with vinegar. So that's what I want to say with this. And I think that's the progression forward as we move in this direction. Obviously, hopefully things do die down with COVID-19, but it looks like that's not happening. And, we'll see where this ends up. But I'd love to hear what you guys think about this. Let me know down in the comments below. What do you think about the new planks? Are you excited for it? Are you not excited for it? And what other ways would you want to incorporate fitness into our test to maybe give a better, accurate representation? I think that's a relevant question here. But as always, if you guys do have questions, you can always hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, or down in the comments below. If you have questions, always make sure you hit the notification bell, like, subscribe. That sounded super mumbled. I'm sorry, but also check out my gaming channel that I've linked down there below, where I will be posting information there as well in regards to gaming while I also do this. But if you guys have questions, hit me up there. Always, I love you guys. See you next time.